I've always loved winter. The shortening days heralding the rebirth of a new year. There's something so beautiful about its frigid embrace, and with it, the Christmas season. A respite of warmth nestled deep in the icy months between the winter solstice and autumn equinox. As I sit here on my terrace staring at the night sky, a Nixian abyss, snow falling just beyond my arm's reach, like frostbitten teardrops, gifts from Elysium. A hazy crystalline fog sets in, enveloping the world in a nebulous white bath. The blanket of darkness pierced by street lamps, incandescent with a chilling ethereal glow of bluish-white luminescence. The corridor lined with windows backlit by warm red light. The trees forming an angelic colonnade, outreaching towards the sky, catching the frostbitten dew. Cold wintry air caresses my face, cooling my breath, forming precipitous clouds upon every exhale, the sound of my numbing fingers rhythmically drumming across the keyboard. My only warmth, a loving cup of tea, lemon ginger, heating my core with every sip. The streets now covered in a veil of snow, forming a beckoning blank canvas, one that I can't help but to paint my memories upon, those which flood back, transcending time and space. You mind if I share a few with you? Who am I to resist the siren song of nostalgia?
I suppose it all started with the snow. You see, it was a very special kind of snow.
I really love the snow, and with it, a remembrance of the joys of youth. When I see it, that one song comes flooding to my mind. You know, the one that goes, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. My earliest memories of the Christmas season don't actually include the titular day itself, but the weeks leading up to it. I used to spend a lot of time with my grandmother, and one of our traditions was watching animated films. They represented a shift in the season, a break from the real and a step into the fantastical. I think I watched most of the cultural touchstones in my youth, but the ones that always stuck out to me were Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and of course the Charlie Brown Christmas specials. They punctuated the nights as I eagerly awaited the annual sojourn we take to go visit family. The first Christmas I remember vividly was 1998. Or I think it was 98. It was a lot of fun regardless. I always looked forward to spending time with my cousin. He'd recently gotten a copy of Pokemon Red, and we'd take turns unstrategically playing through the game. We specifically got brick-walled by Brock because he chose Charmander as a starter, and we didn't catch any other Pokemon up to that point. So we repeatedly challenged him, completely unprepared.
Nigga, come to the street, bro. I will beat your motherfucking ass.
Charmander's embers couldn't burn through the gem, but it lit a fire in us to figure out this puzzle and overcome the obstacle. We specifically kept getting bodied by Bide because we didn't understand how the attack worked. And after innumerable attempts to finesse a win, we eventually evolved the Flamey Boy into a Charmeleon and hoped that its random selection of attacks would get us through the fight. We were awash with excitement once RNG eventually graced us with its favor. I think that experience is what started my tendency to go into RPG boss battles a bit underleveled because the extra challenge was always exhilarating. That said, when I eventually got a copy of Pokemon Blue, I ended up choosing Squirtle because I both didn't want to copy my cousin, but also I knew I'd have a better matchup against that Brolic Onyx. That year I got some pajamas and this model car kit with interchangeable parts. I don't remember the exact brand, but I remember the bright red and yellow flame decal on it. My uncle also got my cousin and I dictionaries, and inside them were handwritten notes that said something to the effect of, study hard and become a scholar. Not recognizing the word, I immediately looked it up. I used that dictionary for years, and I used to open it to random pages and look at various words and their accompanying pictures. I had the thing for close to a decade before it fell apart from use. Fast forward a few years and it's Christmas Eve. My aunt gives my cousin and I some early presents. I think it was because we had the tendency to wake up hours before everyone else and eagerly wait by the tree for the unwrapping jubilee. We'd attempt to silently creep through the house, but assuredly we'd woken the people up in our attempts. She handed my cousin a copy of Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance, and then she handed me one as well. To which I replied, "I don't have a Game Boy." And her retort was, "Well, let's give you one." I was elated. Fast forward even further, I'm in high school now. I head over to my best friend's house on Christmas Day. It wasn't a monumentous affair. We mostly just hung out, spending the whole day bouncing back and forth between playing Devil May Cry 3 and Resident Evil 4. But I fondly remember the trip back to my place, walking through the silent snow and the darkening night. Nobody else outside, just me and the occasional deer trotting by. Not a sound in the air, but the rhythmic crunching of snow underfoot and the occasional long exhale. There's something magical about those solitary winter nights. You know, the ones where the snow forms a canvas for you to paint your memories upon. The ones that echo the joys of youth. One of my childhood homes was on a hill, and I used to run at full speed, then dive down it, just breaking my momentum moments before flying into the street. On this Christmas, I swung by the local park and climbed to the top of the hill and threw myself down it for old time's sake, covering myself in a damp layer of December snow. It's nice to reminisce on the warmest of times and the coldest of months. You know, the joys of youth. I'm going to leave you off with one last tale, one of maybe my most memorable Christmas. There's this year where we didn't really have any money. We weren't traveling to visit family, and my grandmother pulled me to the side one day and said that I could choose only one gift. My response was to ask for a box of cherry cordials, and that's what I ended up getting. There was nothing grandiose about that Christmas. I just spent it at home with my grandmother and a box of chocolates. I think we might have watched some Christmas specials as well. These are the sorts of memories that I wish I could toss in a refrigerated box and send to the North Pole to preserve forever. The joys of youth. I hope you found some delight in these remembrances of years past and the moments of happiness that punctuated it. Just remember that as the snow thaws and the seasons move on, stay cool and don't let your joy melt. Do you have any heartwarming Christmas memories you'd like to share? I'd love to hear from you, either in the comments below or come say hi on my Discord server. Merry Christmas.